Hey, everybody, howdy. How's it going? Welcome back to the Time Cave. Well, I got a cowboy hat on. Yes, sir, I decided to do a little Western theme today. Anyways, I've had this hat for a while. I don't really wear it much in front of the camera, except for on my birthday. I kind of wore a cowboy hat most of the time. It's a great piece. It's a Stetson from the 1940s or 50s. And it's got that classic, matinee idol, low crown style, right? It's not a Tom Mix style. That's 20s, 30s. But yeah, by the late 40s, 50s, the low crown style became pretty popular. And as we watch old TV shows of the 50s, we definitely see a lot of 50s fashion influence with the Western costuming, which is kind of interesting because it's not authentic to the 1870s, 80s, whatever. And of course, the women in the TV shows have more contemporary hair fashions than that of the 1860s, 70s, 80s. But Hollywood's never been one for fashion authenticity. They always influence their own current trends to, I guess, make it more relatable. So, anyways, it's interesting because lately I've been watching Bonanza on YouTube, actually. And as a kid, my grandfather loved that show. He watched it all the time, and my brother and I would be held captive by his choices on TV when we would spend time with him at his trailer lot. He used to run a sales lot where he sold trailers and RVs back in the 80s and early 90s. And, well, my brother and I would we'd stay there for the weekend because my parents would go off to the Amway thing. They used to be really into Amway, and so my grandparents would watch us for the weekend. And I remember that we had the only entertainment in my grandfather's office was the Bonanza. That was always on TV. I don't know how that happened, but it seemed like it was always on TV. That and old swashbuckling movies from the 30s, and Channel 13 locally. That always seemed to show older programs during the day, mainly during the day. And on the weekends. So there was always a World War II picture, or Errol Flynn swashbuckler, or Bonanza, or Gunsmoke, whatever, Westerns. So my grandfather, he always wore those pearl snap Western shirts and Wranglers or Western themed pants, and always boots. And funny, he never wore a hat. He had very curly, nice hair, so he never really wanted to wear a hat. So I don't recall him ever wearing a hat. Maybe a baseball cap if he was going to be outside a long period of time. And if he was working on a car or something like that, then he would wear something like that. But to my recollection, I don't recall a moment where he was wearing a hat. But he did have a cowboy hat, and it was on display in the family room with a plastic horse, and that was about it. But he never wore one to my recollection. Anyway, so since my grandfather's been gone for 5 years now, I've been kind of, missing him, of course. And so I'll put on Bonanza late at night and remember those times that he would watch Bonanza relentlessly, and I didn't care for it at the time, but now I do. I'm nostalgic for it, and so I've been watching it, and it is a solid show. I like it. I've grown to really like it, and that makes sense. So this one's for you, Grandpa. All right. So here's what we're going to do today. Now, this is the old Dietz Crystal that I recently acquired that I replaced the fount on. You remember the video not too long ago. So what I'm going to do is a little experimentation. Now, don't get scared. Nothing's going to happen to this lantern that can't be reversed. And, as much as I am into historical accuracy and keeping things as they were when they were originally made, that's all well and good. And I am purist to most degrees, but I want to have a little fun. And I saw a post on the Tubular Lantern group yesterday or the day before. Someone had put a Bullseye Lens in one of these crystal lanterns. Now, would one actually have a Bullseye Lens? No, but it looked cool. Bullseye lenses were mostly for driving lanterns or lamps that would be affixed to a wagon, so you could focus your beam of light forward and see where you're going. But they do look neat, so I have a lantern with such a thing. Oh, I went out. Okay, I have to relight this thing. Anyways, here is the Dietz Buckeye Dash. It's been a while since this thing's been in front of the camera, but as you can see, it's roughly this. Well, it's a little later. This one's probably about 1899, 1900. It still has the brass burner cone, smaller filler cap, flat deck. Has the extra little flourish in the skirt bottom that came right about 1899, 1900, and it has the soldered in bottom mount, so it's pre-1900, give or take. Could be right in 1900. But yeah, the patent dates are kind of askew, and I can't really make them out that well. Anyways, so this thing has a Bullseye lens, right? Right. So let me remove this globe, and we'll remove the globe plate. Okay. And when you remove these, you have to be mindful that, that this is really heavy. These lenses are not light. They're very thick glass. See? See how thick that glass is? It's like more than a Coke bottle. About that, actually. So you want to be careful when removing them. I'll just lean it against the tire ashtray here. So we'll put the Buckeye dash back there. It's been reduced to just a frame. We're going to remove the globe for the crystal and remove the globe plate on the crystal. Now, yeah, I've been lazy. I haven't replaced the lift wire or the lift lever for this yet. It's right here. So I'm still needing to add this to the crystal, but it's low on the totem pole. I will get it done though. Don't worry about it. I'll do a video when we have a celebration, when I finally get around to putting that thing on there. Anyway, so let's put this on. All right, let's put this on. Let's put this on. There we go. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's interchangeable part. All right, there we go. Wow. Ooh, I kind of like the look of that. Isn't that neat? That's neat. I think. Oh, man. Now, of course, it's not going to stay there. It might for a couple days, but not forever, because it belongs to the... what is your name again? Oh, yeah. Buckeye Dash. So we'll just see what this looks like when it's lit. I mean, I pretty much know what to expect, but yeah. Cool. Ooh, look at that. It's like a headlight. I like that. It's fun. But it's cool because it really does focus the light forward. And it actually makes a beam of light. Watch. You can see the beam of light as I turn. See? See that? On the back there? You see that light? Yeah. It does make a beam of light. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it really is. But late at night we'll probably make a beam of light that will shine on the curtains as I sit and look at it while I watch TV as it sits on top of my old Sears radio. But what's fun is to see from a distance. You can see the flame close up, and it'll just be flickering, so you can kind of get an idea there. It's just fun to watch. So that's cool. Yeah, I just made this crystal worth a lot more money. Just kidding. It's not going to stay there. It's not permanent, but it'll be fun to enjoy late at night. And until I decide to put it all back together, because these parts aren't going to be gone and they're not going anywhere, and they're going to stay. But yeah, cool stuff, right? Yeah, I think that's neat. So there we go. Just having a little fun out here on a Monday. Yes, sir. Yeah, that's neat. It's fun to try, interchange parts once in a while if you can do it safely. It makes the lantern a little more interesting, and it's just kind of neat, But of course, it's going to go right back to the Buckeye Dash. That's where it belongs. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it's interesting though. It is. I'll tell you something. You can still get those Bullseye lenses. Indeed. The Kirkman sell them, and they complete with the wire loop, the mounting loop, and the lens, and it's a full weight lens. It's identical reproduction to the originals. So if you have a Buckeye dash lamp that has a lens that's cracked or chipped or completely missing, you can absolutely get a replacement through W.T. Kirkman. And you can also get them mounted to a globe plate as well. They do sell globe plates with them already affixed. So if you're missing a globe plate or yours is totally trashed, you can get one with the lens, either brass or steel, tinned steel, I think. Anyway, so that's good to know, right? So if you don't have an original one to play with, you can also order one from them and put it on almost any lantern you wish. As long as you have the perforated holes that line up, you can slide it in there and solder it in. It's pretty cool. You know, colored glass is really neat, but it's also fun to have those Bullseye lenses because they do add a different vibe to the lantern. And, you know, it's actually kind of neat because I can actually hold something up in front of it and see it better. So you can actually read by it. Yeah, it's like a little pinpointed little reading lamp. So that's cool. Well, folks, I think that's going to do it for us out here in the old time cave today. I just thought I'd come out and make a fun little video on a Monday, as usual, and, you know, show you how you can have fun with your collection without adding another lantern to your collection, even though that is fun. This is fun, too, just to swap parts around once in a while, as long as you keep tabs on which parts go where, because if you forget, then, you know, I know I might forget, but this I know didn't come with one of those, so I'll put it back. But anyways, thought I'd just share that. Okay, sounds good. All right. Well, hey friends, have a great week, and we'll see you guys again probably on Friday, Saturday, or maybe Sunday. We'll see. All right, have a great week. Bye-bye.